You know what I'm talking about? The organic peanut butter. It's got like an inch of oil on the top of it. Looks like a science project on the grocery shelves. You know, well, Greg, that's how peanut butter naturally settles. Well, then cover it up. Nobody wants to see that. Yeah? Greg, your peanut butter has preservatives in it. That's why it doesn't do that. Yeah, that's exactly why it doesn't do that. Yeah? Maybe we're trying to preserve people's appetites, right? Like, Greg, you just take a knife and you stir the jar and the oil goes away. Oh, now I'm supposed to help you make the peanut butter? Why don't you just hand me a bag of peanuts and a hammer next time? I'll smash them up myself. Me eater, you maker. Now listen, there's probably somebody out there, and you know, your mom made you eat organic peanut butter when you were growing up. If that's the case, obviously, you were homeschooled. You know, yeah. That's why you're homeschooled. Your mom did not want you to go to school and sit next to the Jif kid and have that kid be like, hey, there's another way to live. You know, like, and maybe you're a parent, okay? Maybe you're a parent and you force your child to eat organic peanut butter. And if that's the case, I'm not gonna tell you how to raise your own kid. I am gonna gently suggest that you at least expose them to some different peanut butter, you know, before you send them off into the world. Because I don't know if you've ever seen an organic peanut butter kid go off the deep end. It is not pretty. Okay, these kids, they spend 18 years eating it, then they go off to college. They have one bite of a Jif sandwich. 6 weeks later, they're passed out on a park bench with Nutter Butters all over their face. We got a lot of that business at Jif. We didn't want it. That's blood money right there. We took it. But, you know. Now, the company that I work for was called Procter & Gamble, okay? They don't own Jif anymore. You know who owns Jif? Smuckers. Smuckers owns peanut butter and jelly. If these guys ever get a hold of bread. Now the government will step in. That's an illegal monopoly. That's Sherman antitrust, I think. I mean, you can't own a whole sandwich. This country was founded on principles. Right, but I mean, I'll be honest. I was a big deal, you know, in the. Ma'am, I was, all right? Like, I was a big deal in the peanut butter game, okay? I was part of some stuff that I'm sure you'll remember. I was part of the team that launched the first low salt, low sugar peanut butter into the category. It was called Simply Jif. It was targeted towards diabetics. I wanted to call it Type 2 peanut goo, but... I liked it, you know. I always felt guilty because we charged the same for crunchy as we did for creamy, which, if you think about it, the crunchy, like, we didn't finish making that. If you went to the plant, the crunchy guys are probably getting off work at noon, and the creamy guys are still smashing up peanuts at 5:30. The savings should have been passed on to you, and I still lose sleep over it. I'm a purist, I'll just tell you right now. I'm a peanut butter purist. I think there should be creamy and crunchy, and that's about it, you know? Like, there's a lot of new flavors in peanut butter. They're getting fancy. I don't care for it. Like, Peter Pan has honey roasted peanut butter. If I know those guys, they're just grinding up bees and stirring them in there. Like, and I mean, even Jif, my company, they're doing some stuff I don't care for. I mean, they're getting fancy. They have an Omega Jif. Omega Jif. Omega, that's fish oil. They're putting fish in peanut butter, and they're wondering how they got salmonella. Like, what kind of fish was it? Salmon, maybe? What? Are you guys not seeing what I'm seeing here? Like, I mean, I know a lot of stuff. I mean, just so you know, like the main size in peanut butter, that's 18 ounce, okay? That's where the deals are. That's where the wars are fought. That's where we go head to head, you know. There's a 28 ounce, there's a 40 ounce, but the deals are, they're 18 ounce. And like, if you went to Kroger right now and you bought an 18 ounce jar of Jif, it would probably cost you about $3.19. You know, back to school, maybe 2 for $3. If that happens, stock up. It's not coming around for another year. All right? Like, I ran a deal one time, Columbus, Ohio, 200 Kroger stores, 18 ounce Jif, 99 cents. Yeah, I did that. It'll never happen again. Never. Even the bad moms bought Jif that week. Mama, this peanut butter tastes better. Don't get used to it, boy. I ain't giving up cigarettes and I ain't giving up Red Bull. So when it's gone, it's gone. That was a unchoosy mom. Like, I'm sure you've all seen an unchoosy mom at the grocery store, right? Like yelling at their kid or something. Like, choosy, I wasn't choosy when I met your daddy. I ain't about to start with no peanut butter. You better put that brand name peanut butter back on the shelf or I might choose to leave you in the parking lot. Like I did your brother. You didn't know you had a brother, did you? I'll come back to peanut butter. It's like I told you, I had a lot of time to think in 2020, and I started thinking about like how I got from peanut butter to comedy. And when I was in college, I worked at a comedy club, okay? And it was owned by this guy named Freddie DeMarco. He was 100% New York Italian, and he owned a bar in the middle of Missouri. It seemed a little witness protection type stuff, but nobody asked questions. Freddie was good to me. He treated me like a son. He was a mentor to me. In my senior year of college, I went to him. I said, Fred, I think when I graduate, I want to be a stand-up comedian. He's like, hey, Craig, I don't know, man. You're a wrestler, man. You're a wrestler. Like comedy and wrestling, Greg, they're very different things. I'm like, yeah, Fred, I wasn't planning on wrestling the audience. Like, let me make a couple of calls, Greg. I can't promise you anything. I don't know. And then he did. He's a really cool guy. He set me up with a job in Chicago, and he was going to get me introduced in the Chicago club scene. But I told you guys, I took that job at Procter & Gamble. I chickened out, and I had to tell Freddie. Like, Freddie, I took a job at Procter & Gamble. Greg, why would you do it? Man, you're going to be bored, Greg. I just fell asleep between the words Procter & Gamble. No, Fred, it's a good job. They're giving me a company car. Yeah, they're giving me a company car, right? That's how they trick you into being bored. You really want to sell soap the rest of your life? I'm like, I'm not selling soap. I'm actually selling peanut butter. Oh, why didn't you say so, Greg? I mean, that's an entirely different situation there. Here I think you're selling soap, but you're selling peanut butter. That's going to be a lot of excitement, Greg. I mean, think all the fun you're going to have with peanut butter. I mean, creamy one day, crunchy the next day. Greg, get in your company car and drive it off a cliff. At least you'll have 5 seconds of fun before you hit the ground. Here, come on. I worked there for 10 years, and I told you guys, I loved it. I told you guys I did, but I could never get comedy out of the back of my head, and one day I did a crazy thing. Like, I went into my boss's office, and I just quit. And Freddie was my first call, because I knew he was the only one that would understand. I go, Freddie, I did it. I quit P&G. I'm going full-time comedy. Craig, why would you do that? That's a good job, man. They gave you a company car. You said it was boring. I said that a long time ago, Greg. I mean, you're not a young guy now. I mean, your life's almost over. You're supposed to be bored, Greg. I mean, get a hobby. Play golf or something. You don't quit your job. I mean, comedy is a tough business, Greg. I mean, people don't need comedy, Greg. You know what they need? Peanut butter. They need peanut butter. There's a lot of stability in peanut butter, Greg. I tell you what, use your head. I mean, come on. I still talk to Freddie probably twice a month. I love him, but I hear him every day in the back of my head. That's the voice. You guys have a voice when you mess something up? That's Freddie. When you regret something. I woke up the other day and I was like, I don't feel good. Yeah, of course you don't feel good, Greg. You ate an entire rotisserie chicken at 11:30 at night. You shoved the whole thing in your fat face in 6 minutes, Greg. I think you ate the rubber band that holds a leg together. I mean, come on. Greg, you get hungry, have a snack. Don't eat an entire barnyard animal. I mean, come on, Greg. Those things are made for a family of 5, not one man standing naked in the front of the refrigerator at 11:30 at night, shoving chickens into his fat face, rubbing chicken grease over God knows what. You make me sick. I hope you saved the wishbone. You're going to break it apart and wish you were somebody with self-respect. I want to be clear, that's not Freddie. That's me talking to myself. Like this is what goes on in my head every day. I should probably talk to somebody. I should get some help. I don't know. I could get help. I could, like, I didn't tell you guys, I have health insurance. Like, I have it, and I pay a lot. Like, it goes up every year. I didn't even do anything to those guys last year. And it, like, I pay a lot for health insurance, you know, and but guess what they give me? A card. I got a health insurance card. It's great, man. It's plastic, full-on plastic. It's flexible. It's very nice. But I mean, for what I'm paying, I want more than a plastic card. I want like a guy. I want a full-time health guy just to follow me around in case something comes up. I'll be at Walgreens. Mr. Warren, what coverage do you have? Tell him about it, Tony. It's my guy. Pick up some toothpaste, Tony. I'll be in the car. I got a guy. Every time I call my health insurance company, the first thing they say is, "What's your group number?" Well, I didn't know I was in a group. But I'm definitely not getting a group discount. Like, what group did you put me in? I'm guessing by how much you're charging me, you put me in a group with some very unhealthy people. Like, I want to meet the group. I want to meet them. I want to go to the group meeting. I think my group is going to be me, some guy eating a mashed potato sandwich, that monkey that smokes cigarettes in the North Korean zoo, and a corpse. That's my group right there. We're not an insurable group. My health insurance company is called Cigna. You know, Cigna. Yeah. I've noticed a lot of these health insurance companies end in the letters N-A. You know, it's like Cigna, Aetna, Humana. That stands for, hey, is this covered? Nah. I have Cigna Bronze. That, you know, that's my insurance package or whatever. That's my level. And it sounds pretty good. You know, like Bronze, that's third place in the Olympics. But my insurance would be third place in the Olympics if there were 3 guys in the Olympics. Like, in the insurance game, Bronze means the worst. Like, every time I use it, I hear Freddie in the back of my head, "Hey, put that card away, man. Why don't you show him your Blockbuster video card? It's going to be better than that. Come on, Greg. Yeah, you should have kept selling peanut butter. You might have silver." I tried to use it. I call this podiatrist. You know, I go, "Hey, I got to see Dr. Fisser." They were like, "Dr. Fisser does not take bronze level insurance." I was like, "Okay, I'll just go somewhere else." They're like, No. We have a doctor here that does take bronze level insurance." I was like, "Wait a minute. Different doctors within the same practice take different levels of insurance? I'm betting that means they are different levels of doctors." And I'm not getting the good one, am I? My podiatrist is just going to be some guy who's like licking my feet, you know, playing this little piggy. "Hey, what are you doing, man?" "Hey, sorry, brother, you're bronze. What did you expect, a real doctor?" "I'm the custodian, man." By the way, you know, like podiatrist, that seems like that just seems weird. Like, you went to like 12 years of college and you just want to look at feet? What percentage of podiatrists do you think are foot weirdos? I would say right around 100. And if you're a foot weirdo, you have a lot of options in this world. If you're a foot weirdo and you did well in school, podiatrist. If you're a foot weirdo and you flunked out, foot locker. Like, I talk about this stuff. I had some health stuff a while ago. It wasn't like overly serious, but it was bothering me. I had some stomach problems, okay? And I went to the doctor. It was a good doctor, and he gave me some pills, and it didn't work. And I went to like 2 more doctors. They gave me pills, gave me tests. Nothing worked. And I started getting depressed. And my friend was like, hey, you should go see a holistic doctor. I'm like, oh. You talking about like, woo? I'm not going to see a witch, okay? And then my stomach hurt for 6 more weeks, and I was like, I'm going to see the witch. And I went, and like, I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been to a witch before. Right off the bat, it was different. She goes, call me by my first name. Call me Dr. Olivia. I was like, that does not sound official to me. Like if I was in court and I heard for the prosecution, District Attorney Randy, I'd be like, no, this guy is not a real prosecutor. You know? But here's the thing, I'll call Dr. Olivia whatever she wants me to call her because she is a miracle worker, okay? She healed me. You want to go nicknames? What up, gut fixer? Like I love Dr. Olivia. She changed my life. Now I need to tell you, witches, they charge. Like she's expensive. Like witches charge, and I should have known because every time I walk in this place, there's like 3 pretty girls standing behind this nice desk. Greg Warden, it is so nice to see you. Oh, this is gonna cost me. Pretty girls being nice to you? That's usually very expensive. Like, I've been to the regular doctor. That is not how it works. You walk in, they slide the window open about a half an inch. Sit down, fill out the forms. If you have any questions, call your mama. You're like, oh. She doesn't sound nice or pretty. Like she sounds like a $12 copay. I can afford this. So Dr. Olivia charges, you know, it's just she does. But I was like, okay, I got insurance, let's give it a whirl. So I send it to Cigna and they're like, she's a witch. I'm like, she's a good witch, okay? She's like Stevie Nicks. They won't pay her. Now, part of the reason they won't pay her is Dr. Olivia did not go to med school. Just hear me out. By training, she is a chiropractor, okay? But she spent 15 years learning as much as she could about advanced gut health, and it worked. I went to the med school guys. She beat them in a stomach fixing contest, okay? Fair and square. I don't care if she learned it at clown college. It worked, you know? They won't pay her, and it's killing me. I gotta pay her, and I gotta pay the insurance company and not use the insurance, and I'm going broke, and I think the only solution is I'm just gonna have to pay for Dr. Olivia to go to med school. It's gonna be cheaper, like, she's not gonna wanna go. I'm like, you go, Olivia, you go. And if I'm paying, I wanna see your grades every week. Greg, you're not following your diet. Well, you got a D in ankle class, Olivia. I don't know what med school classes are like. I assume it's body parts. I mean, here's the thing. I bet you in 20 years, they're going to pay for that stuff. The insurance company will catch up. It's like back in the day, they were probably like, anesthesiology? We don't pay for that. We pay for the pint of whiskey and the stick that you bite down on, and that's it. And I gotta pay for others. I gotta pay for these probiotics. You know what that is? It's like probiotics. There's a war in my stomach between good bacteria and bad bacteria, and I'm sure you've heard wars cost money. You know, like, and my good bacteria costs $100 a bottle. But here's the good news. Like I read the bottle. Each pill on the bottle contains 360 billion colony-forming units. So per colony, very affordable. I'm getting a deal. I'm getting a deal on these colonies. I tip her. Hey, here's an extra 50. Thanks for the colony. Okay, so you guys can tell I'm a big fan of holistic medicine now. I'm a believer, but I need to warn you, okay? Be careful. Like, holistic medicine encompasses a lot of stuff. Like over here, you have Dr. Olivia, proven stomach fixer, okay? Over here, you have some idiot on YouTube. Hey, If you get it cold, don't take cold medicine. Chop up some onions, chop up some garlic, wrap it around your feet with saran wrap, put a sock over it, go to bed, wake up, no cold. That's a real video, all right? And I did it. I did. It's embarrassing for 6 months. Like I did it probably 12 times, a lot. It was, I know, I just got carried away, and like I travel every week. Okay, you know how hard it is to cut an onion with an ink pen in a hotel room. And the grocery stores close early. Like sometimes I'm doing a show late. I gotta go buy a bag of Funyuns at the hotel gift shop, crunch them up, and. I know, and I get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I got up one night. You know how hard it is to walk on onions and garlic and saran wrap? I fell down. Okay? And there was a full-length mirror, and I saw myself. It was ugly. It was very pale skin, and underwear, and onions and garlic all over the place. And all I could hear was, Greg, what are you doing, man? You're walking around with a soup starter kit on your feet. So, yeah, I just want to say, like, since the pandemic, I'm a big fan of anybody in medicine. You know, they're heroes, like witches, non-witches, doctors, nurses. Is there any nurses in here? Are you a nurse? You're a nurse? You're all nurses? Now, okay, are you a registered nurse? Yeah, are you all registered nurses? What are you?
A mama.
Okay, a mom. A proud mom of some nurses. Okay, good. So you're both registered nurses. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. Like, you know, she went to a lot of college to be a registered nurse, okay? And she outranks almost all the other nurses, and she makes more money than them. It's a big deal. Just no offense, ma'am. It doesn't sound like a big deal. It sounds like, oh, you registered, so what? Like, you know, like one time I registered to win a Jeep Cherokee in a drawing. It took 7 seconds. You're like, and then the one below you is an LPN, right? Is that LPN? That's a licensed, practical nurse, and like you outrank them, right? You make more money than they do. You know, you went to more college than they did, but no offense, man, like, they have a license, right? Like they have a piece of paper that says they can nurse, where you just, I don't know, signed a clipboard at Starbucks and registered, and they're practical. That is something that I would want in a medical professional, practicality, okay? Like, if I hurt my toe and went to the LPN, she'd be like, bandage, you'd be like, cut it off. Cut it off? That's not practical. Well, I'm not a practical nurse. I'm just registered. Like, and then the other nurse, the only one that's above you, that's the nurse practitioner, you know? And they can do doctor stuff, and it seems a little shady to me. It feels like one day they're like, man, we are running low on doctors. Lisa's the smartest nurse. Let her do the doctor stuff. Like, did she go to med school? No, but she's smart. She just doesn't take tests well. But like, she could do it. Like, we only got to pay her an extra nickel an hour. Like, we can't afford a doctor. Like, just let her give out the drug. She keeps her mouth shut. It feels like every time I call the doctor's office, they're trying to trick me into seeing the nurse practitioner. Like, hey, I'm sick, man. I gotta see the doctor. The doctor can see you in March of 2034. No, man, I'm sick. Oh, the nurse practitioner can see you. She is just as good. All right, well, when is she available? 5 minutes. 5 minutes? If she's so good, why is she so available? She's on her way to your house right now. You can't take it back, sir. There are no takebacks in nurse practitioner. You're like, what? You touched her. I didn't touch anybody. It's just a dangerous precedent. I've been to a nurse practitioner. They're fine. It's just, I don't want to be on the operating table one day and be like, hey, who's the surgeon? Surgeon. Surgeon practitioner. What? Is she good? Oh, she's very good, sir. You familiar with that show, Chicago Med? Yes. She's seen every episode. I need to I need to say something about Cigna. Like I was making fun of them, but they did a great job during COVID. They really did. I had to get tested, I don't know, whatever, 300 times. I was doing this. So like every week I get tested, and they paid for it every time. Like, no questions, they paid for it. The only time they didn't was Omicron, and it wasn't their fault. It was just so crowded, I couldn't get in there. The only place I could get into didn't take insurance. It wasn't a bad deal. It was $79 for a COVID test, $99 for a negative COVID test. And you get what you pay for. So listen, I know COVID was probably tough on everybody here. It was maybe a little tougher on me. I have a condition. I'm a surface toucher. I always have been. I don't know if you remember, in the beginning, they were like, you cannot touch surfaces. And I was like, all of them? That's going to be a problem because I'm a leaner, And when you lean, you touch stuff, mainly surfaces. I would be elbow deep in a pile of dead bats from Wuhan, China, if it took a little pressure off my arches. Greg, what are you doing? You're touching the thing that started COVID. I know, man, but I'm tired. I like to sit and lean. I like to sit and lean back. You ever been to a restaurant, they have a bar stool with no back? I'm like, well, we're not eating here. I came to have a meal, not strengthen my core. Seems like, I don't know, some stuff broke during COVID. Starbucks, it kind of broke. Like, I love them. I went there twice today. It's my favorite place. I love it, but you go in now, there's 25 people in line, there's 100 cars waiting for their coffee, and 2 teenagers running the place. It's the only people working there. Like, there's a manager, he was in there, but he wasn't working, he was interviewing somebody. Fine, but it was taking a long time. Finally, I walked up, I was like, hey, I don't know what he's telling you, but look around, you're hired. Like, what could he possibly be asking her? Have you ever stabbed a coworker? Okay, are you sorry? Funnest time I had during the pandemic actually was at Starbucks. It was relatively, I don't know, middle of the pandemic, something like that. And my friend and I went to do a comedy show. Nikki Glazer, you know who she is? Yeah. All right, hey, take it easy. Like, this is my show. Like, no, she's great. We actually went to the same high school. She went way after me, but no, she's great. But we went to do a show. We were like raising money for this comedy club because they had a rough time, and we had masks and stuff on, but it was fun. And we stopped at Starbucks, and I don't know if you remember, sort of in the pandemic, Starbucks was open, but they did not want you to go in their bathroom. They put signs up, there's probably COVID in here, don't come in. You're like cones and skull and crossbones. And I knew, the staff has to be somewhere. They're open. So what I would do, I would just walk in and I'd go right to the bathroom, right to the bathroom. By the time they knew I was even there, I was like, base, I'm touching base. You can't get me, already peeing, So I go and I come out and Nikki's like, I gotta go too. I'm like, Nikki, just go. She's like, I don't want to get yelled at. I don't want to get yelled at. I'm like, Nikki, just go. They're not gonna notice. Just go. Finally, I convince her. I could just walk fast, look down, act like you know what you're doing. They're not gonna say anything. So she finally does. She walks all the way down this long counter and she gets one step from the bathroom and I go, ma'am, you're not supposed to go in there. And the Starbucks girl goes, he's right, ma'am, you cannot go in there. I was like, oh, this worked better than I thought it would. I swear, I didn't plan on doing that. She was like 3 steps in the bathroom, and I was like, I got an idea. Then she was 2 steps, and I was like, I don't want to lose a friend over this. And she was one step, and I was like, you can make new friends. Like, it's COVID, you don't see these people. Yeah, but now I'm back to traveling, and that's awesome, man. I missed it. I've been to some cool places. I was in Alaska. If you guys ever been, like if you've never been, go. It's amazing. They don't have poison ivy there at all. There's no poison ivy in the whole. It was the most freeing experience. Like I was running around naked. Like it was. But they have bears. They have bears. You know. They told me if I was going to go hiking, I had to buy this bear spray. It's a real thing. It costs $60. Just so you guys know, that stuff. It's not like off. Like. You're supposed to spray the bear. Or like, you don't apply it to yourself like regular insect spray, which they should make that more clear on the can. Like, all it said was aim for the eyes. So I was hiking around there and I didn't see any bears, you know. I mean, the first day I didn't see anything because of that spray, but I didn't see any bears. Then I was looking online, and the TSA said you're not allowed to bring that bear spray on the plane because it's a weapon. It was $60, and I couldn't bring it home. So with 2 days left, I was like, somebody's getting sprayed. Like, I spent a lot of money on this bear spray. I'm gonna use. I wound up. I sprayed this old lady at the buffet. No, trust me, she had a lot of bear-like qualities. She was stumbling around. She was reaching for the honey at one point. Anybody would have mistaken her for a bear. She grabbed a salmon with 2 hands. I went on a whale watching trip too. It wasn't one of the main. It was discounted. You know. Okay, it was a night whale watching trip, which. No, I see what you're thinking. Like, I got a good deal, okay? And when we got back, the guy told me there was a lot of whales out there. That like, apparently we were surrounded by whales the whole time. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't see him. It was pitch black. But, you know, I heard him. You know, I think I heard him. I don't know. Is this what a whale sounds like? Hey, I'm a whale. Sort of sound like the guy that charged me the $900. Like, I didn't. So, you know, one of the cool things during the pandemic was you got to spend a little time with the people that you love. You got to spend time with your family. I got to hang with my dad more. My dad, he was a teacher and a wrestling coach and a football coach, and he's retired. And his hobby is woodworking. He can make all kinds of stuff, you know. All kinds of stuff. He's getting good, but during the pandemic, he was doing his woodworking, and he cut his finger off. And this is not the first time it's happened. I was like, Dad, we can only do this 7 more times. They're not salamander tails. They're not coming back. He cut his finger off. Where did he go? Urgent care. I was like, Dad, that's not a cut your finger off type of place right there. If you lose a body part, you don't show up to a strip mall. All right, like go to the hospital. But he went there, and they did a good job. They cleaned him up, and they're like, hey, he has to have surgery tonight, and we don't do that here. We can give him a flu shot, you know, like, but. So they found a surgeon, and me and my dad went to the surgeon's office that night, and there was forms to fill out, and my dad's got half a finger, so I got to fill them out, and the first question was medical history. Now, my dad has had a lot of stuff, okay? He's 77. He has had a lot of stuff, and, you know, he's one of the toughest human beings you'll ever meet. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff that he has that he's not telling me about. So to be safe these days, when I get that question, I check them all. I check them all. Sir, it says here your father has an ovarian cyst. Yeah, I think it's a left one. The second question was medication, and my dad, like most old people, takes a bunch of pills, you know? So I go, Dad, I don't know what you're taking. He goes, I don't feel like dealing with it. Just put none. I can't do that, Dad. Like, I checked a lot of stuff on question number 1. It's gonna get suspicious. Wow, 76 diseases and just Flintstones chewables. That's My dad has this dog, and I can't have a dog because I travel all the time. But during the pandemic, I got to hang out with Red a lot. I love Red. So I was walking him one day, and we walked by this lady's house, and she just starts yelling at me. He pees on the bushes, you know. She comes out. Don't let him do that. Don't let him do that. If he pees on those bushes, the other dog's gonna walk by, and they're gonna smell it, and they're gonna pee on the bushes too. I was like, well, how do you know he started it? Like. My dog is not a leader, he's a follower. Like I saw my dog follow a bug right into a brick wall. He's not exactly capable of launching a movement. And by the way, those bushes have been there for 7 years, okay? See, you're telling me he's the first one in 7 years to ever pee on the bushes? I peed on the bushes 2 weeks ago. Like I didn't want to. I think a guy peed on him before me, and I was compelled, you know? Yeah, my dad has always been very supportive of anything I do. He was supportive of the Procter & Gamble thing. He didn't really understand it. He's like, you're not really in sales. I'm like, yeah, I am, Dad. He's like, they've been selling Jif for a long time at the grocery stores. How'd your sales call go? You guys want to carry Jif? We already do. Pleasure doing business with you. Like, it's not sales, son. I'm like, no, Dad, it's not about whether they carry it. It's about, like, you know, what items do they carry? How do they promote it? How do they shelve it? Shelve it, just like I thought. You're a stock boy. Like, your brother got a job cleaning out urinals at the airport. What's that make him, a fighter pilot? I sold other stuff besides Jif. I sold Duncan Hines cake mixes. Yeah. Nobody's impressed. We had the #1 cake mix, okay? We had the #1 brand of cake mix. Yeah. We had the #3 frosting, and that was embarrassing. And we did some market research, and we found out people were baking Duncan Hines cake mixes and frosting them with Betty Crocker frosting, which it's not funny, sir. That's like saying, hey, I want to marry you, but I'm going to have kids with your brother. The other frosting was Pillsbury. I hate them. Like the Doughboy. Like their frosting was called Funfetti. Funfetti. You know, like Funfetti's a fraud. Basically, they had like 70 items, 68 were the same thing. You know, like it was all vanilla frosting with candy in it. Vanilla frosting with candy hearts. Vanilla frosting with candy guitars. Vanilla frosting with candy mermaids. You don't need all of those. Well, my daughter likes a variety. Well, your daughter needs to grow up. Like, when I was a kid, we had variety. On your birthday, cake. On the other days, no cake. I sold Crisco shortening. You know, that was a good product. We had a hard time coming up with like a health message there. The best we could do is, at least we're not lard. You know? But we introduced the greatest thing ever to happen in the shortening and oil category, Crisco sticks. It was a big deal. It was a very big deal. Basically, we took shortening and we put it in the form of a stick of butter. We wrapped it in foil. We put tablespoon markings on it so you could cut it instead of getting a measuring cup all greasy. And people were like, Greg, with all that extra packaging, it probably costs way more per ounce. I was like, way more. Let's be honest, though, you're eating shortening, okay? You do not have a lot of time left on this earth. Like, spend your money. Bake a cake and put cigarettes in it instead of candles. It doesn't matter. I sold orange juice. We had the Citrus Hill brand. Most of you guys probably don't remember it. We weren't there long, but everything that you guys enjoy in orange juice today, we came up with. Back in the day, there was a cardboard carton of orange juice, and to pour it, you had to unfold the top, and it got all soggy and gross, you know, and then somebody put a screw-off spout on the side. You're welcome. Are we like? Yeah. So next time you're enjoying a glass of Minute Maid or Tropicana, pour a little out to show respect for the OG. Like, but my passion was peanut butter. It's important to me. What kind of peanut butter you eat, ma'am? Jif. Yeah, I could tell. You have beautiful skin. I can see these things. Yeah. What about you, sir? Jif. Yeah. You're not just saying that, right? You, sir? What do you eat? You don't eat peanut butter? Okay, you can go. We don't need you here, sir. You just don't like it? Yeah. About you, sir? Yeah. Anybody eat Skippy? You can tell me. You eat Skippy, ma'am? You eat Skippy. Stop. Hey, you don't. You eat Skippy? And you like the taste of it? Ma'am, you have COVID.